So Automatic has a question. What is your recommendation for choosing experts for reference letters? Asking for O1 for junior engineer in industry with criteria like high salary, critical role authorship, and judging.
Yeah, good question. So for O1s, I normally do recommend 4, 5, 6 reference letters. I have a standard set of recommendations across all different case types, so NIW, O1, EB1A. It's not a formula. You can definitely break the rules here, but in general, I recommend 3 types at minimum. The first one is a letter from your current or prospective employer, if your O1 is going to be a prospective employer. That letter should outline your anticipated job duties, and it should say why your expertise enables you to perform certain functions or achieve certain results for the company. If it is your current employer, they should also talk in detail about the accomplishments that you've already made. This is the leading or critical role letter, and it's very important that your current or prospective company signs off on it. The second type of reference letter is from an academic. USCIS does seem to really appreciate the academic perspective. I think a lot of things in O1 and EB1A really skew towards the academics. And so I usually recommend that you get a professor. And the professor shouldn't be an adjunct, or they shouldn't be a new professor. It should be someone with a CV that you can print off and show that they are really an expert in the field and are highly regarded in the field. Even if they know you, it is treated like an expert opinion. And the academic should summarize your accomplishments, so they should be aware of your accomplishments, but they should provide also that broader perspective on how you will benefit the US, why your field is important, maybe some additional context for developments that are happening in your field. And so this letter is usually a little bit longer. And then I always recommend you do an independent reference letter. You can combine the academic and independence and have them both be the same person, that is fine. But everyone should have at least one independent reference. If all of your references know you, it is something that USCIS often questions. But if you have someone that can say, I'm an independent reference, having not worked with the person in the past, you can say how you met, because it's fine if you met before. Maybe you met at a conference, maybe you met because both of you reviewed for the same journal or something like that. So those are only 3 letters. That's the core. That's the standard set. And then additional letters should really speak to unique parts of the case. So if you're highlighting, for example, like a major judge role that you did, it'd be nice to maybe get another judge on the panel, or a letter from the organization that hosted the event or something that you judged. And this letter can provide a lot more information about that. Most importantly, provide a lot of the prestige factors, because sometimes those are not really apparent. The letter should explain, for example, why the competition or why the award or why the journal is considered significant in your field. Who attended that was important? How many people were you involved in judging, and why should they be considered top professionals? Why was your expertise solicited? Why are you a top expert in the field? So that's another dimension to the case. And sometimes I also recommend just providing some additional industry experts. They could be at competitor companies, they could be at collaborating companies, but just people who have known you or worked with you in the past, who can provide another voice and make sure that they're commenting or contributing something unique about you to the file.